Hi Aquarius, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-July 2025 love reading. Thanks to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridging the gap spread. And the way it works is to look at the past, present, future energies between you and the main love interest. Also pull oracle cards that put the bridging the gap dynamic. As far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. Also keep in mind it's a general reading, so while I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left is your energy and the cards on the right is the other person's. If you feel it's a way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Nine of Coins. So this is a Virgo energy here. And it could just be saying that in the past you might have been feeling like you were in a much more independent streak. Maybe you were more focused on your finances. So I feel like this is saying in the past you weren't necessarily really given much energy to this connection. All right. And past energy on their side, we have the Two of Pentacles. So yeah, if we look at the artwork here, it could just be saying that, by you embodying that energy, they might have felt like there was an energy of rejection coming from you toward them. And even if it wasn't direct, right? Like I said, it seems like you might have genuinely just been in that energy. It almost might have triggered a wound for this person, or maybe if they got rejected, like let's say way back, the first time they ever expressed feelings for a crush, right? That might have triggered that wound for them for whatever reason. But yeah, looks like in the past, at the very least, they felt like, okay, seems like Aquarius isn't interested. All right, and present energy on your side, we have fertility. So this is actually the equivalent of the Empress in traditional tarot. And if we look at the artwork there, we see the lion. So it could just be pointing to maybe this is just going to be the energy that you'll be feeling primarily as we move through Leo season, where you have much more of an openness toward the connection. Whereas, like I said in the past, it seemed like you were just more interested in being on an independent streak. So here it looks like there's more open, receptive energy toward the connection in the present. All right, present energy on their side, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, I feel like this is saying that ultimately they would still like to see the connection get off the ground, but to see it after the Two of Pentacles could just be saying that even though they might still want that, I feel like they've lost a little bit of faith that it could actually happen because, like I said, it seemed like you being into your independent energy in the past seemed like you just weren't interested to them. All right, future energy on your side, we have the Ace of Staves. So yeah, so it looks like ultimately you will have the desire to actually get things off the ground with this person. So whereas the fertility or Empress energy is more of just being open and receptive here, let's say you might decide to shift into more of an action-oriented energy. And like I said, maybe because for some of you might come to the realization that, okay, yeah, when they approached in the past, you just were doing your own thing. So you might realize that, okay, if things aren't moving now, maybe it's more of like it's the ball's in your court. So you might actually decide to be more proactive toward the situation. All right, and future energy on their side, we have the Knight of Wands. So yeah, definitely a pretty action-oriented energy here too. And given that we see wand energies for both, it could just be saying that as we move through Leo season, the two of you just might be a lot more determined to actually get things moving in the right direction around this connection. All right, bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Arrows. So this is Libran energy here. And yeah, it could just be saying that you just might have been in your own world for a while, right? Like I said, with the Nine of Coins energy, that's really focused on doing your own thing. And then if we look at the artwork here, we see the angelic figure, right? And we see the woman sleeping. So it could just be saying ultimately you might have been getting some signs and synchronicities around this connection. So maybe, again, like I said, if you were just so wrapped up in your own thing, you might not have even realized that this person was expressing interest. Now that you're awake to that, you might actually want to be proactive about getting it back on track. All right, and bottom of the deck, bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Queen of Wands. So this is Aries energy here. So yeah, so for some of you, this could just be saying that maybe that's part of it too, or maybe just this person could just in general be impatient at times. So if you were just doing your own thing, it might not have even been so much of a rejection as much as more of their impatience being more of the issue there. All right, well, we'll see what we get from the Oracle cards. First, we'll see what we get from the Messages of Love Oracle card deck. I'm going to give this a few shuffles. All right, take this card. And next, I'll do the same thing with the Wisdom Oracle deck. So I'm just going to give this deck a few shuffles now, and we'll pull a card the same way. All right, so what we'll do is we'll take a look at the Messages of Love card first. All right, we have boundaries. It says firm boundaries are needed now, which is interesting because it almost feels like in the past that might have been the thing, right? Where you might have had those firm boundaries and then it just seemed like that person took it as rejection. But ultimately, maybe this is just saying for the timing, maybe that was just the right thing that you needed at the time to not be giving energy toward that connection. And now you might naturally be more open to it. And now, because of that, the things can move in a more positive direction. But we'll see what the Wisdom Oracle adds to the mix. All right, we have Serendipity. There's the artwork, and the number is 18. So let's see what this has to say. All right, the relationship message says Spirit has a plan, and that plan is to place you in front of the right person at the right time. You have met or are about to meet someone vitally important to your journey, someone Spirit wants to bring into your life. Only divine forces can plan this meeting. It is out of your hands. Pay attention to the signs Spirit presents. So yeah, I feel like that's ultimately what this could be saying. It seems to just emphasize what we were saying there, where it seems like if you did have your boundaries as far as you were just more focused on your own thing, it seems like the timing was just calling for that, whether either of you were aware of that or not. And now with the serendipity message coming up, it seems like it's just saying that ultimately, this was just something that divine forces had in play, and now you guys actually can move forward. So hope it ever resonated for you guys. We're up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.